You ever just stare at a huge goal and it completely freezes you? Like you know what you need to do, but you just can't start? Well, today, we're going to break down this super simple but crazy powerful mind hack that's designed to just shatter that paralysis. It's called the 2-minute rule.
Yeah, this feeling right here. You've got this massive goal, right? But just thinking about starting, it feels totally impossible. You just freeze up. It's like you're staring at this giant mountain, and your brain just slams on the emergency brake. And here's the thing you gotta remember. This isn't you failing. It's actually... So what's actually going on inside your head? Well, your brain's number one job isn't making you successful, it's survival. And survival means one thing above all else: conserving energy. When it sees a huge, intimidating task, it thinks, whoa, that's a massive energy drain, and immediately hits the brakes. So that resistance you're feeling, it's not a bug in your system, it's a feature. Okay, so this biological brake, it actually has a name. And if you can understand it, you can override it. We're talking about something called the activation barrier. So what is it, really? Simply put, the activation barrier is that initial resistance. It's that, ugh, I really don't want to feeling. To your brain, which is obsessed with saving energy, the mental effort it takes just to start something is the most expensive part of the whole deal. It's the biggest hurdle. And in the real world, it feels exactly like this. A giant wall of resistance just materializes between you and your goal. Now, you could try to just force your way through it with willpower, but we all know how that usually ends, right? You get burned out, you give up. Sound familiar? But what if you didn't have to smash through the wall? What if you could just shrink it down to nothing? See, the real secret isn't about using more force or having more willpower. It's about making the task so ridiculously, almost laughably easy to start that your brain doesn't even see it as a threat. All right, so how do we actually do this? We are going to hack the system. And this isn't just some feel-good mindset trick. No, this is based on the incredible science of neuroplasticity, which is just a fancy way of saying your brain can physically change and rewire itself. Pretty cool, huh? This quote right here is one of the most fundamental rules in all of neuroscience, and it's basically the engine for our entire strategy. Neurons that fire together, wire together. What that means is every single time you do something, or even just think something, you're forging a little connection between brain cells. And the more you repeat it, the stronger and faster that connection gets. Now, this is absolutely critical to understand. This works both ways. Every time you think about doing something, and then you don't, you're actually strengthening the neural pathway for procrastination. You are literally physically training your brain to hesitate and avoid that task. But here's where the magic happens. On the flip side, every single time you take even a tiny little action, you fire up a new circuit. You do it again, and that connection gets stronger. You keep doing it, and what started as a faint little dirt path turns into a 6-lane superhighway. You are literally building the habit right into your brain's hardware. Okay, so we get the why now, right? We've got the activation barrier and the whole brain wiring thing. So now it's time for the how. This is the cheat code you've been waiting for. Let's talk about the 2-minute rule. The rule itself couldn't be simpler. You just take whatever huge goal you have and you shrink it down until it's something that takes less than 2 minutes to do. So the goal, write a book. Yeah, that's going to trigger that massive activation barrier. But what about the goal, write one sentence? Your brain just looks at that and goes, okay. It barely even registers. It's just too small to be a threat. So here's the game plan, broken down into 4 simple steps. Step 1, figure out your big goal. Step 2, shrink it. Find the very first action and make it a 2-minute task. You want to run a marathon? Your goal for today is just put on your running shoes. That's it. Want to learn to code? Just open the tutorial video. Step 3, do it. Like right now. No excuses. And step 4, do it again tomorrow. Build that chain. And this right here, this is probably the most important mindset shift of all. The point is not to finish your goal in those 2 minutes. The point is to master the habit of starting. You're just building that neural pathway for taking action. Now, what's funny is, a lot of the time you'll find that once you start, you just kind of keep going. But that's a bonus. It's not the main objective. Look, our Karen mod here is making a very important point. Consistency is everything. Every day you do your 2-minute task, you put a big X on the calendar. And then your only job becomes, don't break the chain. That visual feedback, seeing that unbroken chain of X's growing, man, that is so powerful for locking in that new habit. Okay, so all of this, the barrier, the brain wiring, the 2-minute rule, It all builds up to one final super powerful idea that's going to completely change how you think about progress. And it's this: you need to stop chasing motivation and start building momentum. Just think about it like this for a second. Motivation, that's just an emotion. It's a flickering spark. It's totally unreliable. It comes and it goes. Momentum, though, that's physics. It's a real, actual force that you build up through consistent action. Remember high school science? An object in motion tends to stay in motion. And here it is. This is the secret that most of us get completely backwards. We wait around to feel motivated so that we can take action. But the truth is, action is what causes motivation. That tiny 2-minute thing you do, that's a small win. That win makes you feel good, makes you feel accomplished, and that feeling is what fuels your motivation to do it again tomorrow. It's a cycle. So there you have it. That's the 2-minute rule. The only thing left to do now is to actually use it. So I want you to think about your biggest goal right now. Yeah, the one you've been putting off. What's the 2-minute version of that goal that you can do this second this is over? Seriously, figure it out and then go do it.